Do you guys remember SML, the puppet channel that I talked about like a week ago? Well, what if SML was bad? Today we're talking about SML parody channels. SML parody channels are people that try to make their own SML videos, but for the most part, they aren't really that good.
To give me $200 for being your girlfriend.
Oh no! 200 bucks?
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
But before this video starts, only 2.7% of people that watch my videos are subscribed. So if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the subscribe button. Without further yapping, let's get right into the video. SML YTP is a SML parody channel that has my favorite series on YouTube, Jeffy Joins the Mafia.
But don't worry, we're not gonna hurt you. You know too much. Steve, get the blick!
Wait, what's he talking about?
In all seriousness, SML YTP makes relatively high quality SML parodies, but the bar for a good SML parody is already pretty low. The channel was created back in 2017 during the peak of Super Mario Logan's popularity, but back then they used to make actual YTP videos instead of recording their own videos. And I don't know, there isn't too much to really talk about with this channel. SML YTP isn't like crazy bad like some of the other channels we'll talk about later. Maybe the voice acting could be better, but you know, that's really all I can say. It's easily like a 6 out of 10. Definitely could be worse, but it's definitely not the worst we will talk about today.
15 minutes, Marvin? Either punish him or don't, but don't do this wussy in between shit.
Oh boy, this channel's really bad. SML Stories is like SML from an alternative timeline where everything is shitty and awful. They also use Temu SML puppets. And man, these videos were an absolute pain to watch. SML Stories is known for such classics as The Love Potion, Jeffy's Vape, Junior Kidnaps Penelope, and last but not least, Rose the Cheater, where it appears Rose has cheated on Marvin and gave birth to Joseph. Mid editing whack ass here, yes, I did realize eventually that SML Stories was just copying video ideas from the main SML channel, using the exact same naming scheme and everything so they could capitalize off of views. I did notice. I know there would have been one person in the comments that would have said, whack ass, how did you miss the fact that they were copying SML's videos and just using their ideas? I noticed. Okay, I did. I caught it last second, but I did notice. And back to your regularly scheduled program. Also, the voices in these videos appear to be AI generated. Just listen for yourself.
So, guys, what do you want to do today?
Junior, we should watch TV.
Okay.
We got AI SML before GTA 6. This is probably the worst channel we'll talk about in this entire video. SML Stories isn't good. Don't watch it. It's a content farm trying to get as much money as humanly possible without putting in any work. 3 out of 10.
She know what she wanted and had to go get it without being caught. She know what she wanted and had to go steal it without giving thought.
I actually have a vivid memory of me when I was younger and watching Cable 10, then getting mad because I thought it was fake SML. Cable 10 is like the Oppenheimer of SML parody channels because he really was the first SML parody channel to really blow up. So I can respect that he was, you know, the first to create an entire subgenre of SML parody channels. But is his content good? Well, I respect Cable 10 for being an innovator. His content just really isn't for me personally. It's pretty rough in my personal opinion. His channel does include Morty, so it's definitely more original than most of these other SML channels where he uses actual new puppets, so that's pretty cool. But this content just isn't for me. Definitely could be worse. 7 out of 10.
We've lived as a happy family, but no. Now it will only be me and Father. Goodbye, Jeffy. Deploying toxic gas, now.
What is that? I don't know what that means. Does it smell good?
So I have a lot to say about Jeffy's universe. Primarily, I know Jeffy's universe because of their shorts.
SML Puppets versus Prime. Let's see what happened. First, we got Marvin, and he is old, so I don't even think he knows what Prime is. But enough yapping, let's just see what happens. And it looks like the Prime stained Marvin's face. Poor Marvin.
And this channel is honestly the most interesting channel I think we'll talk about today besides SML Stories, because they do a mixture of shorts and like actual SML parody videos, and the shorts are just so detached from the actual parodies that it completely just throws me for a loop. They feel like two completely different channels. In the shorts, they're like messing with the puppets or trashing them or putting them in water or doing destructibility tests and all sorts of other stuff. And then the rest of the channel is just normal SML parody videos. And I don't know, it's very interesting because I see the shorts and I'm like, okay, this is definitely something. It feels a little content farmy-ish, and it's like, you know, like pumped out content that takes no like really effort or whatever. And then we cut to the like actual chunk of the videos, and then it's like, this is just like a bad SML parody. So why? Like, does the shorts help them get more views? I'd assume so, right? But the videos that they actually produce, like the long form content, is just so boring. So it's like, I don't get how you get the shorts viewers to watch the long form content when the long form content is actually just way worse SML. When the shorts are kind of somewhat interesting. I won't even lie. As somebody with a lot of brain rot, I kind of found the shorts somewhat interesting in a way that it's like, this is just like different, I guess. So I don't know. This channel doesn't really have too much personality outside of the shorts. The actual SML parodies aren't the greatest in my personal opinion. They kind of hurt my brain a lot. So I'm gonna have to just give it a 5 out of 10. This channel is relatively boring when you compare it to everything else we've talked about so far. Glider is the only channel besides Cable 10 that I knew about going into this video. The other ones I have to actually go look and search for. But I knew about Glider because I used to watch Glider's SML YTPs when I was like cooking dinner, because I thought they were kind of funny and they were actually just something different from the normal SML channel. Now, I kind of do like Glider's videos. As a person that enjoys YouTube poops, I kind of enjoyed his content, because for the most part he's using SML clips, and honestly he does a lot more than you would think for a normal YTP video. He goes out of his way to kind of do more stuff with the scenes that he's given, so it's actually somewhat interesting. Glider's videos are kind of funny relatively, and you know, compared to these other channels that are kind of content farmy or are just bad SML parodies or don't really have that much effort put into them, or as a shorts farm, these videos by Glider aren't really that bad. It feels like he puts some semblance of care into his videos. Not saying that the other people don't, but you can tell Glider definitely puts a semblance of care into his videos. So easily I have to give Glider an 8 out of 10, probably the highest ranking channel that we have in this entire video. He's actually somewhat interesting, and I found his stuff kind of funny for the most part.
I want to put a baby in the microwave.
I'm so goddamn turned on right now.
So what do I have to say about SML parody channels? SML parody channels are just completely overrun by content farms, lazy content, and just mass-produced garbage. So do I think SML parodies are good? Yes, I think that you can do a decent SML parody. Nothing will ever be like the original. Like, don't get me wrong, Cable 10 definitely makes good SML parodies relatively when you compare it to other SML parody channels. But when you compare his content to the main SML channel, you can just see the drastic quality drop from mainstream SML to the parody channels. Mostly because Logan has a much higher budget than the majority of these other channels, where he can dump a bunch of money into whatever he wants to do. He has higher quality, and he definitely has more people that are willing to come and record videos with him. He has a bigger cast, and you know, those are just the voices that we're used to. Now, honestly, I feel like if these other SML channels took a more interesting and, you know, different approach where they use their own puppets or plushies, I feel like they could become more original in and of themselves. But for the most part, since you're just using Logan's puppets, it feels like, I don't know, I feel like it's just not as interesting. I feel like if you're using Logan's puppets to make your videos, you can never really mimic Logan's style. You can only do a half-baked impression of what Logan does. So I feel like most of these channels, these plush tubers, SML parody channels, whatever you want to call them, I feel like if they were more original, use their own original puppets, it could be a lot more interesting just to see the concepts they can do with these new characters that they've created themselves. Using the SML puppets kind of sucks the originality out of these channels and just kind of makes it a derivative of Logan. So yeah, if you want to take my advice and become a better puppet channel, use your own plushies, make your own puppets, Do something different. Don't just become a lazy clone of Logan, because you really can't, top Logan, what Logan does, because he's the original. It's really hard to overthrow the original. In conclusion, not all SML parody channels are bad. Some of them are good, some of them are just mediocre, and then some of them are absolutely heinous and just content farmy. Honestly, I don't have a problem with most of these guys. Don't send any hate to these guys, because I don't hate anybody's content besides SML Stories. Everybody else here, they definitely put their own spin on Logan's content, and they definitely tried to some degree. So if you guys do like any of the channels that we talked about today, go check them out. Go give them a like, comment, subscribe if you think that they're interesting. If you don't, that's your choice. I'll see you guys in the next video. I thank you guys for all the support we've been getting recently. I love you guys. We're on the road to 2K by the end of the year. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.